Thank you guys, appreciate it. All right, cool. Quickly, I want to kind of survey the room a little bit. Who here has been doing game or like learning game, in-game, whatever, for 3 months or less? Raise your hand. Okay. About 6 months or less, kind of. Okay, 6 months or less? Okay, one there, a couple there, okay. A year or less? A few more. So everybody else, year or more, yeah? Raise your hands. Okay, cool. How about 2 years or more? Okay, bunch of people, okay. Now, second round of questions. Who here considers themselves sort of like beginner, newbie at game? Not the greatest yet. Don't be shy, okay. All right, cool. Intermediate? All right, and how about advanced? No hands. All right, so I want to tell you that's not unusual. Not unusual at all. I went to room after room, immersion program after immersion program, boot camp after boot camp, and it's kind of the same thing. Tons of guys have been doing game. A lot of guys are beginners, some intermediates. Almost nobody gets to what they consider to be advanced. And that's shocking to me. That's shocking to me, and it's a problem. All right? It's a problem that guys are putting so much time and effort into this and not getting to where they want to get. And there's a lot of reasons for it. A lot of it has to do with the approach that people take towards learning. But there are specific things that people do wrong so regularly, so commonly, and it makes me cringe. Every single program, I see guys opening so badly that I'm just like, oh God, really? No, please no, right? And I just want to stop that. I want to put a stop to it. Who here has heard that opening doesn't matter? You guys heard that? Yeah? Bullshit. Bullshit. Kind of true in the sense that you can get away with saying the wrong first word, or you don't have to do the opener perfectly. But you guys know, okay, if you guys open and the girl immediately hates you and doesn't want to talk to you, does that set usually go well for you? Yes or no? No? Not so much. All right, how about if you open and the girl immediately, her eyes light up and she's very into you, does that set usually go better than your other sets? Absolutely. So does the opener matter?
Yes.
Yeah, obviously the opener matters, okay? Here's the other thing, even more so. So guys, when they talk about the opener, it's all like, did they get into the conversation? Did they successfully start the conversation, right? And that's great, that's important. Here's what's more important about the opener. It's the tone that you set for everything that comes later, okay? We're gonna talk a lot about this. We'll talk about a lot of times you can get the set open and you've actually gone backwards because the way that you got it open conveyed so much low value that you made it harder to sleep with the girl, right? There are other openers that will be less consistent. You may get some rejections, but when you do them, you're gonna set a better tone, right? You're gonna set a tone that you're high value, that it could lead to sex, that it's man to woman, and you're actually gonna get a lot closer to sex from it, okay? Now, ideally, what I want you guys to get today is both. I want you to get a higher opening consistency, and I want you to set the right tone, right? I want you to set that tone that it could lead to sex as well, all right? But of the two, I want you to focus more on the tone than on whether you get every single set open, all right? It's more about how good do your best sets go, not about do you get every single girl to say hi to you, okay? And ideally, you're gonna get both, but one or the other. All right, a little bit about how we're going to kind of work this whole thing today. You're gonna see a few different forms of media. First, you're gonna see slides and theory, right? I'm gonna go into a lot of the theory, a lot of the depth. There's a ton of material here. When I put the slideshow together for this, I looked at it and I was like, fuck, that's a 6-hour presentation. And then I said, I should cut some of those slides, and I said, nah, fuck it, I'm just gonna keep them in, all right? So I'm gonna cover a ton of material, like a ton of material, okay? In order for us to get out of here before 4 in the morning, though, I'm gonna go through it pretty quickly. So I'm gonna really snap through it, all right? I will take questions at specific places, but I'm not gonna be taking questions throughout because, again, if I do that, we'd be here till noon tomorrow, all right? So I will take questions specifically at the ends of certain sections, okay? If you have questions in between, go ahead and write them down, and then I will also take questions at the very end, all right? As far as the sections, we're gonna do a section on the approach, section on opening, a section on getting the hook, and then we'll do a section on attraction. And then we'll wrap it all up. I'm gonna give you guys some thoughts and techniques and tactics for dealing with approach anxiety. Who here has approach anxiety? Yeah? No, not anymore. You know what? I'm a little jealous of you guys. Right? I'm a little jealous because approach anxiety is fun. It makes it more exciting, right? It's like, for me, it's like, imagine if like you loved roller coasters. It was the thing you love more than anything else in the world. And you're like, I'll be a roller coaster tester so I can ride all the roller coasters. And then like 5 years in, you're like, roller coasters are kind of boring for me now. You get it? So I'm kind of there. And I kind of envy you guys a little bit because game for me and approach anxiety, that little like, oh my God, here we go feeling, that first year, oh my God, that was so much fun. Now, that said, I get to have more sex than you guys, so it's a reasonable trade-off. But you know, I do miss the approach anxiety here and there. All right. Okay, so we're going to do a lot of theory. And again, we'll take questions at specific parts. The other thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys some infield. Okay, I'm going to show you infield of me, mostly good sets, although I will show a couple bad sets. And then I'm going to show you guys student infield, mostly bad sets, although I will show you some good student infield as well. And it's important because I want you to see how it's done well, and then I also want you to see how it's done wrong. And I want you to see your sticking points kind of exemplified. And every single point I make during this whole presentation, I'm going to back it up with infield, okay? With infield, and then the other thing I'll back it up with is exercises. And that's the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to get you guys up on your feet working together to actually implement this stuff. So you're going to see it, you're going to learn it, understand it theoretically, and then you're going to do it. So we're going to hit it from all three angles. All right? Cool. One quick word with respect to when we do the exercises, participate very, very actively. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. And when I show you guys video, participate actively. And what I mean by that, I don't mean like get up and like start doing shit during the video. What I mean is don't just like be sitting there being entertained, be thinking during the video. What's he doing? Why is he doing it? What's he doing well? What's he doing wrong? What would I be doing here? That kind of stuff, all right? So be an active viewer and an active participant. Also, when you're seeing the slides, be an active viewer of that as well, all right? I want you thinking. No passive absorption here, right? Always thinking, always challenging. We're gonna talk at the very end about how to go about learning game, the process for learning game, and it's a very active process, okay? You guys got all that? Yeah. All right, cool. So with that said, let's start cracking into the videos. So first off, I'm going to show you guys a little sample of just what some good approaches look like. So this is a little compilation of my approaches, so you can kind of get a feel for it.
You are trustworthy because
This is like a halo over you right now that I'm drawing in the air.
Is it?
Except I think that's lying to myself and the world, but that's okay. I'm trying.
I'm not lying.
Hi, red hair. Who are you? My name is Todd. You're adorable.
My
What
name
is your
is...
name? Sorry, you cannot touch my long phallic object. That doesn't happen.
I wouldn't even
that doesn't happen until like with people I know. I don't know you well enough for that yet.
I wouldn't even try.
Okay, good. I appreciate that. I feel much more safe around you now. I was a little unconfident and shy.
I can make you feel comfortable.
Can you really?
I can.
Hey.
Here.
Hi. That was actually really sweet and sassy all at once. You guys are extremely elegant. I wanted to say hi. Hello.
Hello.
Todd, nice to meet you.
Hi.
Do you have a name or just hi? And you have your hair in your face too.
Hi. Yeah.
Hello. And you? Hello. May I be mildly presumptuous and forward for 10 seconds or less? Sure. You are far too cute to be talking on your phone or texting on your phone instead of talking to cute local boys.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome. Who are you? Todd, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm normally super awkward. That actually came out like not terrible. I'm very proud of myself.
That wasn't that bad.
I know, it's okay. I seem charming at first, but it goes away quickly. I promise. Hello, pardon me. Sorry, you know the like cheesy caption contests online that they do like caption this photo or whatever? I just want to say like God bless America. Hey, you, leader of the pack, come here.
I'm sorry?
You're like the leader of the pack. I love it. You should have a motorcycle. Bad news. But you're bad news though. You'd break my heart. You would, Todd though. Nice to meet you. I'm scared though. I'm scared to be honest. I'm scared to talk to you.
No, it's
I think
okay.
you're gonna break my heart. You have a hair in your face.
Alright, that's okay.
You're adorable.
That's all right.
Hey, I have literally no time or business talking to anybody right now, but you are just stunning. Who are you?
Thank you so much.
Todd. Sorry, I'll give you my left
Nice to meet
hand.
you.
I don't know, I like the look. It's like elegant badass. So I'm intrigued.
Thank you very much.
Hey,
I fell in
I'm sorry. You guys look like trouble in the most adorable way that I've seen this evening.
You ran as well.
You're so giggly, this one. Who are you guys? Who?
I'm sorry. I need a drink.
Who are you? How are you? Why are you? When are you? What are you? I'm sorry, Todd. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Pardon me. Sorry, you look the most Miami I think you could possibly look right now. Hey. I'm sorry. You look like the best combination of professional and party that I've seen in like. What's up? Hey guys, what's up? Hey Todd, nice to meet you. What's up? And you? Oh, you cannot give me that look. Or that one. Trouble all the way. How do you guys know each other? Hey.
He's fantastic.
You look absolutely intriguing.
Oh, yeah? That is a
Yes.
great line.
You guys are all trouble all the time. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Always good.
Always
That's
good.
my nature. Actually, no, I'm sometimes terrible and I'm sometimes excellent. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I like that.
Do you? What's your name? Why do I get the feeling that you are absolutely trouble and will like probably break my heart in the near future?
I like trouble.
I bet you do.
I
Okay.
might have to spank your ass.
All right. So that's what it looks like when it goes well. Now I'm going to show you an example of a really bad set. Okay? And as you watch this, I want you to think to yourself, what did I specifically do to make it bad? All right? So it's going to be a set. I'm going to go in. It's going to be bad pretty much from the start. And then I'm going to do a lot of things to try and turn it around. And actually, the things I do to try and turn it around have worked in previous sets to turn them around. They didn't work in this case, but they have worked. So you can learn from them as well. But I want you to focus on what is it that I do that makes it bad. Have a look. Hey.
Hello.
Hi there. You guys look absolutely adorable together.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I didn't make you adorable though, I just noticed it. I should thank you for adding to the, I don't know, ambiance, scenery of New York City. I'm Todd.
We're in the middle of a conversation, actually.
Okay. I'm still Todd.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
So polite, so kind. I'm sorry. I just like I'm not used to people not being nice to me. I don't know how to deal with it. I just wanted to meet
Sorry,
you
we
guys.
just don't really know what to say, but we appreciate it.
Who are you
So,
guys? I'm sorry.
Sorry?
I'm like, who are you guys?
We're three friends. Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Are you like students? Do you work? Are you nice people? Do you? I mean, I don't even know.
Work.
Work. Yeah. I'm sorry. I think we got off on the wrong foot.
I think we're having a conversation, and we'd like to keep having our conversation, if you don't mind. I'm just
That's cool, go ahead.
visiting, and I want to see
Yeah, we haven't seen
very
each other in a long time. So
It's been
we're
2
just
years.
catching up.
Really? It's funny. I've been alive for 31 years. I have not yet to meet any of you. That's why it's so important to me that I meet you right now. Because it's been so long, and I haven't seen any of you, and I just missed you my entire life. It's been really tough. I've had a really rough
I
life.
believe that, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of like second placers in New York, I think. Yeah, we're first place, but there's a lot of.
What does that mean? Like what was that?
I know what it means, but it means that
There's probably a lot of other people you haven't
there's
met
a lot of
also.
people that you haven't met.
No, I know, but you guys are like the cutest that are here that I haven't met. I just wanted to say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Mostly, I just actually wanted to meet you. You have a very feisty, adorable look about you.
Well, I appreciate it, but if
You're
you
welcome.
don't mind.
How do you guys all know each other?
I'm sorry, but we really.
I'm really not trying to be like rude in any way.
No,
I'm really not.
We know you're not trying to be rude, but we were just trying to talk. So.
I know.
Sorry.
I understand. It's urgent conversation, like a 911 kind of situation.
Exactly.
If this doesn't happen, like the fate of the free world might fall under a bus.
Exactly.
Damn, you guys are really important. Now I feel like I really have to meet you.
Maybe next time.
I don't think that's gonna happen, unfortunately. It's just sad. I'm really depressed now. See, I actually just got up the courage to like talk to girls. I was talking to my therapist for a long time. You guys are the first girls I talked to, and now it'll be like years till I get up the courage to talk to girls anymore. I can't believe you did that to me. It's so mean. What were you guys talking about? What's a conversation that's so important? I just want to know. I'll leave. I really will leave. I'm just curious.
I don't even remember anymore.
I don't remember.
Let's go. In that case, hi, I'm Todd. Nice to meet you. I don't mean to be an ass, but seriously, I just want to meet you guys. Is that so bad?
No.
Is it so bad to be a hopeless romantic and meet 3 girls and just want to meet them? You hate me right now, but you
I
can't.
would really appreciate if you could just let us return to our conversation.
I'm so hurt. Just tell me I'm ugly. Like, tell me I'm ugly and
You're
awful and you want me to
fine,
leave.
but
Just
you're
tell me
just
that.
Really remember, like,
Conversation.
running short on time. We haven't seen each other in a long time. She's leaving town tomorrow. We really just would you mind, like,
It's fine.
Nothing
It's just messing with like I don't get it.
Okay, well we
It
don't
doesn't
get
register.
it. I
for
don't
me.
get it either, so
Take it easy.
sorry.
Take care, guys. Bye now. All right. Huh?
Did you do that just to mess with them?
At a certain point, I just decided because they were being unreasonably mean, I was like, fuck them, they're gonna leave, not me, right? Which I don't do all the time, but in this particular case. And I'll talk about that a little bit. But the real question that I want to pose to you guys, what did I do wrong to get a bad reaction? Because my contention is I deserved a bad reaction. Not as bad as they gave me, but I did deserve a bad reaction. Why? 90-10 rule? Okay, so not like assuming the burden, not carrying the conversation. Possibly. It's related, but not quite, yeah.
Too close?
Too close? I don't really necessarily think so. I mean, once you're getting a bad reaction, maybe I could back off, but I don't think it's the biggest factor. What else?
Same level?
What does that mean?
Are you guys engaged at the same level? Like, I don't know, I heard from one of the RSD instructors, I don't know if it might have been you, but you want to be engaged on the same level. On your good sets, you were at the same level as them, high.
Meaning like since they were sitting, I should sit, that kind of thing?
Like something like, yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll talk about that. It is really good to sit with them. However, you want to do that when things are going well. Because if you sit when things are going badly, it just makes them more nervous, right? So some of these things that you guys are saying are good points, but it's sort of like a chicken and egg kind of thing. It's like it's going badly, and so I don't do those things, as opposed to that's the reason why it's going badly. But they are good observations. Any other ideas?
Could it have gone better? It's like
Could it have gone better? What do you mean?
there was something you could do that could make it go better, because
Yeah. Yep, definitely.
Well, I noticed like in the other ones, aside from it being like nighttime, you had set a stage, if you will, like this is the conversation. So it's like you're this person in this, and here you're just like, hey, you guys look nice, and they're like, okay.
Right, I conveyed me a little more in those other ones, and as opposed to getting into their way.
Like, it's like a fun, like here's a topic we can talk about. Versus
Cool. Very true, very true. That's another one was cause effect. It's more like because it went badly, it kind of quicksanded that direction, but that's a very good point as well. All right, so here's the initial thing. And all these are good points, by the way. A lot of these points are very good things in general, but the thing that fucked it up is this. And I'll tell you the story of this approach. So this was the first day I went out with a brand new camera crew. And so it was 3 guys, and I made them a deal. I said, for the first hour, we're gonna film you guys. All right, you guys get to film 20 minutes each, and I'll break down your footage for you. And then for the rest of the day, we're filming me, because I didn't know if I was gonna even like bring these guys on as interns. I don't like just like using someone and not, giving them anything back. So I was like, okay, we'll do 20 minutes each for you guys, and then I'll go film. So in that first hour, 2 of the 3 of them had a massive approach anxiety, like crazy approach anxiety, okay? Like I'm dragging them into sets type of stuff. And so then I finally get mic'd up, and this was one of the first sets I did. And I saw them from about 200 yards away. I walked over. I got to about 40, 50 yards away, and I was like, fuck, they're not that hot. And I wanted to leave. I wanted to just go back and be like, oh, I'll find someone else. And then I thought about it for a second. I'm like, wait, I can't. So we have these 2 guys who like, I'm their hero in game, and they have approach anxiety. The last thing in the world they need is to watch me bail out on a set, all right? And so I'm like, fuck it, I gotta do it, all right? But when I went over, let's say you guys are like maybe the 3 over here, instead of like, hey, you guys are not cute, I wanna meet you, and like actually engaging, it was literally like, hey, you guys are cute, I wanna meet you. Like I literally didn't make eye contact with them. I did not even engage with them, right? I was fully going through the motions. I wasn't present, I wasn't there was no intention behind it, fully going through the motions, right? And if someone goes over and is like, hey, you're cute, I wanna meet you, with their voice, but their eye contact, their body language is saying like, I don't even really necessarily wanna be here, that looks weird, that looks fake, right? There's something off about that. When something's off, people react very badly to it. Okay, so that's why I got that initial bad reaction. The point where it was unsalvageable was when I said so polite, so nice to that girl, basically calling her a bitch. From that moment, she was gonna be my enemy for the rest of the interaction. And then the fact that I followed it up with like silence afterwards didn't help either, okay? So at that point, it wasn't really salvageable. Although the things I did, I like credit to myself for staying in and like a little creativity, and hopefully it was a little funny for you guys. And to be fair, all those things have worked, but I messed it up a lot at the start, right? So I just want to show you that to point out a couple things. Number one, I mess up too, right? Not all my sets are good, right? I do get blown out. Secondly, I want you to notice that a little thing done wrong right at the start can kind of permeate the entire interaction. Right? If you don't start on the wrong foot, if you mess up a little bit, it sets a precedent for a lot of other bad things later. All right, so I'm going to try and help you guys when those critical moments in the interaction come, that you handle those critical moments the right way. All right, so let's have a look at some theory. Yeah, right?
You couldn't see your eyes either, otherwise I think we would have caught that.
Yeah, you can tell though, actually even like about 15, 20 seconds in, I'm still like looking above them as I'm talking to them. But yeah, okay, so we did that. Okay, what is your overall strategy? What is your overall strategy when opening? What is your overall strategy in game? It's simply this. Your job is to convey your personality as quickly as possible. That's it. You want to convey who you are to the girl. All right, and the premise is this. If the girl were to see you doing something you're good at and enjoy, and you're not trying to impress her, she would get attracted to you. We have this joke in my crew. The girl has to see you work, right? The idea is if she were to come to your work or come watch you do a hobby that you love and just watch you excelling at something and not paying attention to her, she would be aroused by that. However, the way that most guys do cold approach is the exact opposite. You're doing something you're bad at, right? And you're doing something that is very clearly about getting a reaction from her. So it's the complete opposite. Okay, but as much as possible, you want to flip that around. All right? You want it to look like you're just doing this, you're having fun, you're good at it, and you don't actually care that much about her reaction. All right? That's the perfect way to go. And then when we talk about conveying who you are, what you want to be conveying specifically is not the traits that are attractive in the 21st century, the ones that make sense in the 21st century, because that's not where we evolved. We evolved on like basically the savannas of Africa. We evolved in the wild and small tribes, that kind of thing, okay? So what is attractive to a woman is what would have been attractive in that context, meaning confidence, leadership, right? Competence, being good and like together at what you do, having your shit together. And one of the biggest ones, because we've evolved socially, we've always evolved in groups, is social proof, right? Who here knows what social proof is? You guys know what it is? Cool. Who doesn't know? Okay, cool. Who can explain what social proof is?
Social proof is when you can basically prove, like people can see that you're socially interacting with people and people are giving you good remarks and energy. So
cool.
That is proof that, you can be social.
Right. Okay. So it's when people are getting cues that other people have responded well to you, basically. Right. So the easiest, most obvious form of social proof with girls is, say you have like a couple hot girls with you. You go open another girl. Is she going to open better than if you didn't? Absolutely. Right. One, you don't need anything from her, so there's no agenda there. And two, these other girls already approved of you, so you're a cool guy. You don't have to prove it to her. It's already been proved. All right. She'll take that as an honest signal because it appears to have happened by accident. Understand that as well, right? If it appears that it happened by accident, she'll trust it. If it appears you tried to make it happen, she won't trust it, right? And the nice thing about that social proof is it appears like it happened by accident, okay? Now, what if you don't have two hot girls with you? Can you still benefit from social proof? And the answer is yes, and here's why. I'll take you as an example. Say that I'm talking to you, and I'm talking in a nice, loud tone of voice, good eye contact. I state my opinions clearly, and I don't seem to be that worried that you'll disagree with me. What does that convey about how I've lived my life to this point?
That you had other interactions that went good and you're not worried about this one?
Exactly, right? It conveys that when I've stood up and expressed myself and taken a leadership role in the past, people have responded well to that. If every time I tried to be a leader in a situation, people were like, fuck you, shut up, sit down, I wouldn't be able to do that, right? I wouldn't have that vibe about me. Does that make sense? Okay? So on the other hand, if I go up like, hey, excuse me, can I talk to you for a second? I don't want to bother you. That conveys the opposite. That conveys negative social proof, right? It conveys every time I tried to stand up in life, someone beat me down, okay? So you can get that same, not quite as good as having two hot girls with you, but the same kind of thing even without that, just by having the right communication style. Okay, next thing. I talked about this a little bit in the intro. The opener sets the tone. Okay, this is why opening is so important. This is why I teach a course called Opening Mastery, is because of this. Because when you open well, everything else in your game gets much easier. When you open badly, everything else in your game gets really, really hard. Can you still succeed in spite of a bad opener? Yes, sometimes, right? But why? Why make it hard on yourself? Why not make it easy? Why not go into the hooking stage, go into building attraction, pulling the girl home? Why not go into that stage with leverage, with the girl chasing you and the girl already thinking you're a high value person instead of the other way around? Also, why not go into it with it being man to woman and sexual as opposed to it being boring and platonic, right? So the opener sets the tone in all those ways. I also touched on this, but I want to reiterate it. I care more about the tone than I do about the consistency. All right, so think about this as a little thought experiment, right? If you could open successfully only 1 in 4 sets, like 3 out of 4 are going to reject you, but that 1 in 4 is going to really like you, and you're going to go out and game tonight, how much time would you spend in a good set? Probably almost the entire night, right? You're going to take 3 quick blowouts on average, and then that 4th set will hook, and then that 4th set is a good set. You'll be in it all night. Now, if you open 100% of your sets well, how much of your set would you spend in a good night? Only slightly more. You guys get that? Right? So it doesn't even matter if you take a few blowouts. What matters is the sets that you get into that are good, are they really good? Are they sets that could go to sex? So in terms of efficiency, it almost doesn't even matter what percentage you open. Now, it is good to open a higher percentage because then you have more selection, right? You get to pick the girls you really want. But it's more important that you set the tone than it is that you get a consistent open. All right? We'll talk about that again a lot more when we talk about direct versus indirect. So this is something that's going to keep coming up over and over again, is what is the tone. So keep that in mind. Let's talk briefly about the pre-open. I won't belabor this one. But pre-open, a couple of things you want to convey. Number 1, social proof. If you can convey real social proof, be seen with girls, be seen on stage, be seen talking to cool guys, that's very helpful. At the very least, you want to go in without negative social proof. Without the girl having seen you be like the creepy guy with his drink up against the wall leering at people. Right? If you get negative social proof, the open itself may be already sunk before it begins. Secondly, you want to look like you're having fun, and also you want to look like you're congruent with the environment. All right? If you're at a place where everybody's partying, and you look like you're there to like break up the party and make sure nobody has any fun, it's going to be very hard to open. You're incongruent. You're not having fun. Okay? Also, just for you, if you're walking around, you're just like, okay, well, let's do the approach. Let me think about all this stuff. Oh, hey, what's up? How you doing? Nice to meet you. Right? It's hard to snap yourself into that vibe and into that state. It's much better to just be there the whole time. So if you're out with friends having fun, make a couple friends in the bar, at the very least, if you're not obviously bored and distraught, it will make a big difference, especially if she sees it. And then finally, what this all kind of leads to is no choding over. Who here knows what choding over is? Who here knows what a chode is, actually? Yeah? Fair enough. What's a chode? You said chump? Yeah, okay.
Between like the anus and the...
I think that's a taint, actually. But yes, but I believe that the chode is the penis that's wider than it is long. I think that's the technical definition. All right, I think that's what a chode is. Someone may double check me on that, but I believe that's what it is. In any case, chode is what we use to represent sort of all the lame, like pathetic male behaviors that will never lead to sex, right? And choding over is something like this. So let's say, let me grab my phone as a visual for this. Let's say if I were going to open this man in the back of the room here, if I were to walk over and my walkover looks like, hi, excuse me. Do you know what time it is? Hi, excuse me? No? Okay. Right, by the time I even get there, before I even say hi, do I have like any chance? No. Pretty much no, right? Because I've conveyed so much. I've told him so much, or her, so much about who I am in such a negative way already, I basically have no chance. Okay, and she's just saying like, oh God, here it comes. Oh God, no, God, oh shit, he's coming. All right. Avoid, avoid, avoid. What's the better way to do that approach? A better way to do that approach, if there was a clear path, then we'd just walk that path. If there is no path, hey, what's up, how you doing? Oh, 1 second, I'll be 1 second. And just go do it, all right? Here's a good general rule of thumb to use for all opening situations. How would you open if they were already your friend, right? What would you do in that case? Or a lot of guys go, should I go from the right side to the left side? I don't know. What would you do if it was a friend? Should I walk with them or stop them? I don't know. What would you do if it was already a friend? Or already a girl you're sleeping with is another good one, okay? What would you do if you're certain of a good response? That's the right way to open in most cases. So keep that in your mind. And choding over is never the right way. There is no context where that's a good one. All right, let's talk about mindset. This is absolutely critical. Your mindset on the open. And these are in order of importance. Most guys think it's this. Most guys think it's, I'm the shit. That's your mindset. I'm the shit. I'm the man. Hey, excuse me. I just wanted to open you and talk to you about how fucking hot I am and how cool I am and we should have sex and, right, just putting it in their face. It's a little much, okay? The problem with going fully I'm the shit is it's a little try hard, okay? It's like that old thing, like, does the guy who has money have to tell you he's rich? No, because you just know, right? Does a guy who gets laid a lot have to walk up to him and be like, hey, what's up? I get laid a lot. So as such, you should probably sleep with me. All right? It's just conveyed as an undertone. That's how it should be, all right? So that's part of it. But the most important mentality on the open is blank and clear, okay? Not thinking ahead. How many of you have ever seen a girl from really far away and you walk over to open her and the whole time you're thinking, what am I gonna say, what am I gonna say? You plan something out, you say it, and then the approach just goes, meh. Why does that approach suck? It's because you planned it out, okay? It's because by the time you got there, the thing you said was already stale. You were already bored by it by the time it was there. Or you went about delivering it even when it was no longer the congruent line. Like you go about, I'm gonna say this line, she reacts to you, and then instead of being attuned to her reaction and pay attention to what's actually going on, you just blindly continue with your opener.